lovely.
That's lovely.
We're not a speed camera. We're not a speed. Yes. Whoa.
Well, check that out.
Well, on that note, welcome to another wonderful episode of the WAYMOE Spotcast, Car Spotting Podcast. I'm your host, Charlie. We've got a super lineup of guests today. It's like, what is it, WWE, like Final Slam kind of guests. We've got Mikey from Mikey's Showroom.
If this was WWE, he'd beat the shit out of me.
And we've got,
we've got
Scotty Fairnington from Scotty Fairno. And we've got Dashwood on the dash cam. Kaisha's hanging out.
Hello.
Wow, it's a Polo with blowing exhaust. So what have we seen while we were setting up? A Ferrari F8 Tributo, an E60 V10 M5, and a bright yellow Celica.
Celica GT, yeah. The GT is a really, really good car.
Yeah,
they came with what was it, 1.8 VVTi, the GT models. They had about 190 brake.
What would that be, a 2ZZ?
And the way it's a 2ZZ, yeah, he's nodding, he knows. Yeah. And they come on cam in like the last 1,000 RPM, and it revs to like 8.
Yeah, they rev
so they want you to be 7,000 plus constantly.
Entire time, yeah. So any time you got to actually get anywhere, it's like this, but it makes it so much fun to drive because you're just spanking it.
You got to rev the shit out of them.
See, that's the good thing about like naturally aspirated. They're just way more exciting.
It's so much more exciting.
I agree.
Speaking of exciting,
I've only ever had one turbo car. How many motors have you had?
Ooh, over 20, I think.
Okay.
Over 20.
But if we're counting which ones have driven on the road, not any of that amount. Actually, maybe closer to 30, I think. I'm not really sure.
Fucking hell, he goes through them like nothing.
But, how old are you? You must be younger than me.
I'm 24.
24, okay, yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, we've got the whole range, 24, 25, 26.
Nice. Yeah.
When did you leave Poland?
2005. So I came over in that first initial mass wave of immigration when basically Eastern Europe started to join the European Union. So every single person who didn't really have a pot to piss in Poland, Lithuania, Romania, Bulgaria, all them guys flooded over to the UK because you guys don't know how to build a house properly, so you needed our expertise, and the labour was so cheap. So even though I came over with my family, and my family have a background in gastronomy, so they're chefs. So, it's not necessarily your average Polish background.
Yeah.
I was at school getting called a builder every day.
Well, it's funny because like now that you say it, I've got someone I know called Casper from where I'm from, and he sounds like you, but he's got a Geordie accent because he moved across. He's younger than me, but he moved across in the same wave. So he moved when he was a toddler, back probably similar around.
So I was 7.5 years old, but I had to make sure to not sound Polish. My accent got bullied out of me by my best mate, now my cameraman, because
you've got a slight bit twang, similar to my friend Casper.
Slightly, yeah. And the thing is, I'll meet other Poles who came over here when they were kids, and I can tell that they're Polish because, like you said, it's a very specific accent. Sometimes it
comes out.
Can you
speak Polish?
Yeah, fluently. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I can speak.
That's when I first met you. I couldn't believe that there's no Polish in your accent at all, like anywhere.
There's a twang. I can tell.
That's because you have friends who are Polish, so you know.
The only thing that let me on is the fact that you own a BMW.
Right. Here's a conversation point. Where does Europe go from Mercedes Europe to BMW Europe, specifically in Eastern Europe, sorry. So like Albania, Mercedes.
Yeah.
Poland, BMW.
Yeah.
Where does the line get drawn?
Where's the Passat CCs coming from, though?
Bulgaria.
Yeah, Bulgaria.
Oh,
that's lovely.
Was it a Chester 310 or something on the side? That was a lot of
V12 probably.
There was a lot of painter's tape on the front of that Hyundai. Like just yellow tape.
That's been put in one of these bushes there, mate, on a slippery evening.
There's some kind of Hyundai meeting going on at...
Well, so Cafe de Machine are doing a hot hatch day today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hence why...
Nothing hot about that, actually.
Everything's...
millions of Hyundai.
There's so many.
God.
Credit where it's due, though. They are really, really good cars. I'd like to try some more of them, G5s.
I'd have one of those, though.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, that's
so like Ukraine, where does that fall? Is that Mercedes or BMW?
Larders.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, but Eastern Europeans love either Mercedes or BMW.
No, they do. They love their BMWs in
What is that?
in Ukraine. More than I've seen a lot more BMWs than Mercedes.
Yeah.
However, like the bigger cars was like G-wagons and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I love the older G-wagons.
Yeah.
Before they got into their new like fancy
What do you think
era.
of the electric ones?
I didn't know there was an electric one.
Come on.
That's news to me.
No, that's news to me.
Yeah, that's news to me.
Come on. Yeah, they're releasing a GE.
What's your opinions on electric cars?
Me?
Yeah.
I like them, personally.
You like them?
They serve a purpose. I think
What purpose do they serve?
Right, bear with. The biggest issue that people have with electric cars, they think they're going to come here and just replace petrol cars, which just isn't going to happen. They're never going to outweigh petrol cars within our lifetime, in my opinion.
Yeah, no chance.
And at this point, people see them as a threat, or they see them as something that comes to replace something they love, which just isn't the case. It's expanding your what's the word? It's expanding your field of view. You get to explore more, your food palette.
I just think it's wasting people's time because they're just spending a load of money on a car that's going to be worth half the price they paid for it in 2 years.
They do that with the petrol cars do that anyway.
Yeah, but not if you buy. That applies to everything. I think new cars are just stupid anyway. Just buy an old car.
I think EVs they serve a good purpose when they're used in the way that they're designed to be used. There's a few things that is a bit problematic. The environmental impacts and creating them,
which
that's
is
not
hilarious.
good at all.
Yeah.
Which outweighs anything you do.
So very recently, they've very much moved away from the green angle. They're not really trying to fly that flag anymore.
When you like look it up, just simply like, are electric vehicles good for the environment? It simply states that they produce no exhaust emissions.
Yeah.
But what you don't account for is the fact that you are transferring the pollution from the UK, so exhaust fumes, to whichever country takes all the e-waste from the batteries.
Yeah.
So the environmental impact isn't really,
No.
it's not massively beneficial. But I mean, my biggest problem with them is they're just incredibly boring.
They're incredibly boring.
And that's a common complaint of them.
Yeah.
Without, come on.
I got to drive a Hyundai Kona about 2 hours on Wednesday, and I couldn't describe it to you in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but
it's just such a nothing car.
But that's going to be boring even if it has a petrol engine.
No, because if it's a petrol engine, I can bounce off the fucking limiter.
No.
I could
do that. It's just not going to happen. But I think I think people are paranoid and they're anxious that these cars are. Nice.
I'm struggling here.
These cars are going to come in and replace things that we already love, which just isn't the case.
Yeah.
And I got to go out in a.
Ooh!
Wow, that's a bit Scotty, that is.
I love that.
Mate, yeah.
His indicators, there's something going wrong with him.
Oh, yes.
I think one of his indicators must be out because he's flashing quite quickly.
That is the exact spec of vehicle that I'm going to court for.
To court?
Yeah.
To court?
Yeah, long story.
Are we allowed to talk about it?
Probably
not.
That sounded like an airline.
Probably not really, but yeah, that is the reason that I'm going to court. One of those Land
See you in
Rovers.
court, buddy.
Yeah. What was I going to say? No, I mean, at the minute with electric vehicles, we're sort of in the stages of when everything used to be steam powered. So like, you know, you'd have traction engines and whatnot.
Way back here.
When combustion engines started to come in,
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Oh, it's ridiculous! You'll never be able to replace steam. You know, it's stupid. Steam power's the way forward. Combustion engines are stupid." And now look, if you were to go, "Oh yeah, but like, why use a combustion engine when you've got steam power?" People would be like, "Are you stupid? Like, combustion engine's way better."
What the hell is that?
Time changes everything, right?
Is that
Yeah,
what the joke
exactly.
was?
Anyway,
What the hell?
But no, I'm quite optimistic about EVs. I'm very optimistic about them becoming much more fun. I took the Ioniq 5N
That's cool.
out around the track. It's got the
fake
e-shift
gear
mode.
shifts, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's mapped so well, so well. It feels exactly like
I think
PDK would. There's a thud to it.
There's something
it's
in
fun.
that.
It's mapped for you to like feel it.
Yeah.
And the red line, the way it's mapped to allow you to bounce on it, feels very natural. Honestly, if an alien came down to Earth, they wouldn't be able to tell you that that's an EV.
I think there's something in that. If you could go in the infotainment and pick like Ferrari F40, and it would change the dynamics to like the rev.
So you like that bit of EV?
I think I think there is something there that it can be a blank slate where you can tune what your engine sounds like, where your red line is.
So my question to you then: where does your perception of it being boring come to? Where do you get the whole boredom thing? Like, what is it about them that's boring? Do you reckon it's specifically the genre of car, like that?
It's very much the genre of car, yes, because most of them are those things.
Yeah.
But something like the MG Cyberstar, it's got big billionaire doors, but when you turn it on, it goes.
Yeah, but.
Where I want.
I guess a certain appeal as well. Generally, like, I mean, I agree, but a lot of car folk, you know, they're interested in generally, like, you know, people generally love older vehicles.
Absolutely.
And a big charm with like classics and older cars is you've got all like the knocks, the rumble, the vibrations and whatnot. And then when you jump into like a brand new EV and you just set off down the road and there's just nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
whatsoever.
It's worth remembering there that silence is a sign of luxury, and it's something that most automakers back in the yesteryear were aiming for in their luxury models, like Bentleys, Rolls Royces, even my 7 Series. That was designed to be silent. So, tell those guys, hey, in 40 years' time, you're going to have an engine to worry about. They'd be so gassed about that. They'd be so happy.
There's something so beautiful in the pursuit of luxury, in the fact that, like, okay, we've got to put V12 in this so there's enough cylinders so we can keep the rumble down. Not like, oh, it's an electric motor, we don't have to worry about sound whatsoever.
See, I think
like they're tuned and it's
chucking a V12 in a luxury car, that's just a sign of excess. Like luxury correlates with excess directly.
You're just saying this because yours hasn't got the V12 in it.
Yeah, but I don't want a V12 at mine. Mine is sweet. We could spend the next hour talking about
but yours doesn't have a badge on the side that says V12. So
no, it doesn't. But I don't want it to. But my point is that, like, but no, what I was saying there is that luxury. Like, excess is luxury, so yeah, that's why you would put a V12 in it. That's why you want a V12. If you're going to pay the most money to have the most luxurious car, you want the most of everything, including cylinders and power. So that makes sense. Again, which just further adds to, like, EVs. The EV platform fits luxury electric cars so well because you have infinite power, infinite silence. Like the new Spectre is amazing.
Cool, yeah.
That's such a cool car, right? The fact that there are EVs that are cool proves the point that it's not the EV that is a boring car. It's just that cars recently are boring and they happen to be EV.
Yeah,
that's
no, you're bang on. My issue is more with new cars rather than EVs in general.
I think the human issue is that if humans were 100% efficient and actually smart, everyone would drive electric cars because you
can't charge them quick enough.
Well,
but their efficiency would allow you to create a way to do it.
Yeah.
But
the problem is humans are like, oh well, it sounds loud, so it's fun.
Like, yeah, you say humans like you're not describing yourself.
Well, no, I'm part of that thing. Like, I'd happily drive like a big, ridiculous 15-litre American V8 down the road that gets like 2 miles a gallon.
Yeah, we are talking to a man who runs his car off vegetable oil here.
Yeah, I mean,
well, not vegetable oil anymore, just pure engine oil now.
And just to clarify, I'm not here saying we should all drive EVs or this or the other. I very much enjoy your type of motoring. I very much enjoy spanking the throttle. He's 12 years old.
That was a kid.
Driving that.
That was a kid.
Holy moly.
Jesus Christ. What do you think of these? These are growing on me.
What, minis?
That specific mini.
What was it, R56?
I think so. I don't know. I was thinking about the 53.
They're very fun to drive.
Yeah, the early supercharged Cooper S.
So that's the R53.
Yeah, those. Those are really starting to grow on me.
Very, very cool cars. I had one for a day the other
that
week.
Can get fucked.
I got a chance to drive about.
How was that a Mini 1?
Extremely fun. So 1 is just the trim line, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
So you get the model and then you get the trims within
Fucking hell, love.
So you get the D, you get the S, you get the 1.
Have you driven one of them?
I have, yeah.
They're rapid.
Yeah, they're really good fun, yeah.
Suzuki Swift?
Yeah.
Come on. I've not tried a Suzuki Swift, but I've got friends who track them and
we had a shared Suzuki Swift for the household we lived in the flat, and it was a 1.3 and everyone just ragged it, and it was great fun.
Have you seen the 5th gear review of that, when they just try and J-turn it into a parking space?
What else are you going to do with it? It's a Suzuki Swift.
Yeah. That's great. Well, we should probably do the top trumps. Shall we have them pick one each? Real live on the edge here. So we've got a thing on this show. Huh? It is a busy day. It's hard.
Is it like the top trumps ridiculous F40s, or is it?
There
just
is an
like
F40 in here, but there also is like Jaguar F-types and MX-5s. So.
Oh right.
You got So they're gonna pick a card each because we're living on the edge here, and if that card shows up, we're packing up and going home.
Go home.
You're not getting a lift. You can walk home.
You know what?
We'll just hitchhike.
We'd have a great time, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm sure we would.
Have a great time making our way.
I think there's a potential for a show there. You two just dropped in the wilderness somewhere.
I'd be well up for that. That'd be great fun. Honestly, I feel like...
I'll let you pick each other's cards.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, we're picking each other's cards.
So
you give... Yeah, let's go.
I can see all the shit here.
Yeah,
I'll go right in the middle.
Ooh.
And now,
right, okay.
Yeah.
I'll
give these a miserable shuffle.
That was not a shuffle whatsoever.
and then I'll pick one. I can't. Luckily for me, I don't remember what was anywhere, so I'll pick the one right at the end. Oh fuck!
What is it?
GT86.
Oh no. Okay.
Nissan.
Ooh!
That is an RS, 2.7 RS, the original one.
Half
That one.
£1 million quid kind of
Yes,
car,
yes,
isn't
yes,
it?
yes.
Bloody
That's
hell.
a very rare car.
Wow.
The precursor to the GT Porsches of today.
It's what Chris Harris used to drive.
A tractor.
And that's a tractor. Both of you are in your fucking element here.
the polar opposites of the same spectrum, really, isn't it?
That's great.
Brilliant. Yeah, I got a Toyota GT86. What
you got?
Nissan GTR,
Okay.
R35.
R35.
So we could be double knocked out by a convoy
That
here.
is potential.
Yeah.
But that has to be the Toyota. If it's the Subaru BRZ,
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Oh,
or the
right.
Scion. Is it the Scion? Scion?
We never got those in the UK, so I think it's
Did
not
we
going to be a
not?
problem for us.
So we got the
Hopefully.
Subis though. Did they not like cannibalise each other?
The what, sorry?
So you could get that in a Subaru or a Toyota over
Yeah,
here.
I'll be honest with you, I feel embarrassed to say, I don't actually know the difference between the two of them.
I was about to
It's
ask
just
what is the
trim.
difference.
It's just bad
trim.
engineering. Oh no,
I
has
think
one got the?
it's-
Have they both got the Boxer?
They both got the same engine from memory.
Ooh.
So
I
a
do like
Toyota
those.
with a Boxer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Yeah, I
know
think
nothing
so.
about them.
That's
I know it's
what
a
I do.
4-cylinder. I know they're known for being a bit gutless.
They're very famous for being gutless.
Yeah, that's like a joke, isn't it? That
Yeah.
they're very slow, but.
Whenever
That's
we see one, I say it's at full speed, whatever speed that it's going.
I like to try one. I like
but-
to see what it's all about.
Yeah, they're supposedly really, really good fun to drive. But the excuse I always heard was they weren't fast because they didn't want to put a turbo on it because they didn't want to throw off the weight distribution, which doesn't make any sense.
A turbo.
Yeah.
It's a whole 40 kilo worth of metal.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
can't you just put a brick in the boot and
So
then
it's
you're
like
fine
don't be fat
Right.
either and drive it.
again? Yeah.
yeah, you're one Big Mac lunch away from
Yeah.
ruining the balance.
One
rigidity
McDonald's
and
away from spinning out.
dynamic structure.
Yeah,
of the
I can't have the mozzarella bites. I'll fucking bin it on my way home. Ooh,
There it goes again.
wow.
That's lovely.
That
what
is
colour would
really
you get your
nice.
Ferrari, guys?
Yellow.
Yeah, yellow.
Yellow.
Okay, we all three of us can have a yellow one.
Yeah, yeah,
If you could have
One's a
any
yellow one.
supercar, what would it be?
Oh, fucking hell, that's a good
Are we
question.
talking modern or just in general?
Anything.
A
And
Lambo-
just let's just get one thing straight. A 911 isn't a supercar.
No
No,
chance.
no.
No.
Holy shit, modern one. Give me more parameters. Modern day, old day, still available for sale from the 90s. What is it?
Any.
let's
Because just
say-
any
Super.
fucking hell.
Ma-
Let's
no,
say Let's say old first then.
Old
How
first.
old are we talking?
Could be
Anything
pre
that's old.
2000.
Pre-2000.
2000s, Countach.
Shit.
Countach.
Yeah.
Okay, it's maybe it's a more hypercar, but the XJ220 instantly springs to mind. The
Yeah,
Jag.
I can't have a hypercar with a V6.
Well,
Ferrari.
it was a V8, the XJ220.
No, it's V6.
Was it V6?
Yes.
I thought it was a
supposed-
V12.
No, it was supposed to be a
NWDA.
V12 and it was a V6 in the end.
Ah,
I would
Supposed to
have.
Lamborghini
well, I'll
doors
have one
as well.
anyway.
I would have a bright yellow Lamborghini Diablo.
Diablo, fuck
Yes.
yeah.
We
And
saw
like-
one of them. We got one of them on the Spotcast recently.
Yeah. I was driving along near my workshop up in Northumberland, which is, bearing in mind, in the middle of nowhere, and I seen pop-up headlights behind me.
He really near-ended that.
He really near-ended.
He nearly rear-ended it for the sake of giving us a beep and his son a wave.
We've not had a fender bender yet. I'm waiting for that to...
I was being dry towed in my Volvo because it broke down, and I seen pop-up headlights behind me at midnight near my workshop, and a Lamborghini Diablo overtakes me, bright yellow. I was like, I rang my mate. I was like, "Did you see that? Did you see that?"
I remember so vividly when I was like 10 or 11 in the little village that I lived in at the time, called Broughton, middle of nowhere, nothing interesting there. The most fancy thing you'd see is like a Boxster on someone's driveway. And we were stood with my parents, I'd just been to a friend's house, and we're about to get in the car, and they're talking, and I hear like a proper loud car, which almost sounds like a motorbike, it was so high revving.
Yeah.
And it's a bright, like full red Lamborghini Countach just rolls past us, and I just fucking sprinted. I must have sprinted for about a kilometre up the road to find out where this fucking Lamborghini was going. My parents had to send out a search party for me because they didn't know where I'd gone.
I will say that I struggled to...
Oh, full of shit in the back as well, with a wave sticker.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
That's the most exciting you've ever seen me over a car.
We're touching everyone's bases here. This is good.
This is good. This is good. I will say I kind of struggle to get engaged by things like a Countach. I think I speak for a minority here. I struggled to kind of get excited about
looks
something
so
that's so
silly.
out of touch and so like it's very flamboyant. But I just see it go. I just know I'll never get to properly understand it, and because of that,
But that's what I think is
I
so
struggle
great
to
about
like
them.
be head over heels with it.
Like, I'm not gonna like a Nissan Skyline. When I'm 11 years old, I'm gonna go, wow, that's cool, but I'm not gonna chase after it because it doesn't look like it's just appeared from a different universe.
Mate, plenty TikTok kid nerds would fucking run after a Skyline.
Yeah.
Car spotting. That's a very...
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's a boring favourite car to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the R32, R34 GTR Godzilla. That's my favourite car.
I like the
It's my
31.
dream car.
All right, Paul Walker, fucking
Yeah,
chill, man. It's
If it was a modern supercar, it'd be a Murcielago SV. Those.
SV.
Yeah.
You see, though, it goes back to what I was saying in the previous recording. I got a bone to pick with things like the SV because it's not true to its original form. It's been facelifted. The things look different. The lights are different. I'd want the original brand spanking original brand new Murcielago. No SV, no nothing. I want the purest form of it,
But how
as
do
it
you
was
know?
intended by the designer.
No, but surely I see it. The SV is the intended vision, but they don't let that out into the world until they've done the compromises. They've made it roadworthy. They've made it comfortable. They've put a radio in it, and then they're like, right, we're done with these. We're going to sell 1,500 of these crazy like stripped out ones, which is, I think, they're the vision. Because the designers have lived with the car. They've understood how it's sold, what works, what needs fixing, and then they've made the ultimate version. The initial version is great, but sometimes there are cover songs that are better than the originals.
Fair enough, mate.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's total disagreement from you.
Look, everyone's allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah,
even if it's
absolutely.
wrong. And everyone's allowed to be wrong every now and then. That's the beauty of,
Yeah, it is the
of
beauty of it.
choice, of seeing
We
the
can
world
all
from
agree we
perspective.
wzouldn't buy anything like that.
No.
Just does
No,
not
I
do
have
it
zero
for me.
interest in that whatsoever. Even like the spicy ones, like the Cupra.
No.
What are they called?
Too many stripes.
fucking
They're
What
just
was that
big and
number,
ugly.
I'd say?
the
Big
Cupra constipation car. What's it called? Like the Contador or some shit like that.
I just thought it was Cupra. I didn't know there
Nah,
was
it's got a
more than
name.
Cupra than
Cupra's like the
brand.
brand.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of that recently where they've took the spicy name and turned it into its own brand. Cupra have done it, Polestar,
Yeah,
Volvo's done it with
Polestar,
Polestar,
yeah.
and then there's
Citroen
another
tried
one.
to do it with the
Citroen
DS.
But they've
They
kind of
tried
gone back on that now.
Because they realised nobody
Nobody.
bought anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Polestar pulled it off though. Polestar really pulled it off.
Right, here's a good question for you then.
Yeah.
If you could have a spin-off brand based off of ideology for a specific model, what would it be? I'm going to go straight in there and say, imagine the M brand,
Yeah.
standalone thing that makes their own products, unrelated to BMW, which makes sense because BMW will go off and make miserable shit like the 2 Series Grand Tourer thing, things like that.
Yeah.
Fucking miserable things. And M can continue to make fun shit like the M2 and...
I know my answer for this.
What's that?
Alpina.
Oh.
I think that's just straight in there
I like
through
the
the
beauty
goalpost.
of it being an add-on, a trimline to an existing product.
Yeah, but-
I like the notion of twisting that. Basically, I'm just going to disagree with you on everything. but I'll let you talk.
Well,
I'll let
you
talk, Charlie.
wanted something that was standalone, right? Is that not what the Alpina? Because the
Yeah.
Alpina is their own engine, and in some cases it's all sorts. Or are you more of a Brabus man? Is that what you're telling me?
Me?
Love a
I hate
Brabus.
myself for
you
it.
strike me as a Brabus man.
Dude, I hate myself for it, and I hate myself to admit you're right. But I am
Not a
I am
Brabus,
guy.
Mikey.
They did their
Ooh.
like end of season party on Friday, was it, where they released all their new products?
They
And
did
they
a
did
clown
that
shoe,
clown
haven't
shoe SL
Have you seen the price
63.
tag?
I feel like you don't keep up with any of this shit, but
Have you seen the price tag?
yeah,
I live under a rock.
£1 million
Yeah.
you live under a rock. Yeah,
One
but you get
million.
to enjoy all the rock stuff.
But you just
rock
you,
life, man.
you say you
Like
don't.
Volvo and vegetable oil.
You say you can't relate
And
to.
1 million beers.
You say you can't relate to a Countach, but you can relate to a Brabus clown
Yes.
shoe for £1 million.
Yeah. I feel it's just, I don't know why. Like,
Well, it's okay to be wrong sometimes.
There
Mikey.
you go, there you go. Fair enough, look, you've done me there, and I'm perfectly happy with that.
What is that number plate?
Isle of Man plate. Isle of Man plate.
And
Says
with the
man on
in
it as
well,
well.
isn't
Man.
it?
I don't know if
Maybe
it's
that
Isle of
is,
Man.
that's
Is
the
it Isle of
man. That's the
Maybe.
man from Isle of Man.
Maybe that's
That
the
is the
number
man.
Isle
plate.
of Man.
That's the man from the Man Island.
Do you know what there's a lot of? Oh no, different island. That was Isle of Wight. Wrong island.
What's a
Yeah,
lot
carry
of
on,
the
carry on.
On
with
Isle of
the- with the
Wight,
tangent.
1 in 4 cars.
average Swift moment there.
Oh,
Oh, I thought he was just massively
That's
tailgating
the
him then.
communal Swift there, mate, going home.
I hope he's left that in gear.
1 in 4 cars on the Isle of Wight is a Toyota Starlet,
Really?
No way.
at least.
I bought, you'd love this, on the Isle of Wight, I bought an
Speak you, Mikey.
E39 525 diesel with the
Ooh.
biggest fuck off dent in it, and nothing on that car worked. But I drove it everywhere, and somehow it never let me down. But you would have liked it. You could have probably run that shit on vegetable oil. That's
Probably,
probably as
yeah.
agricultural of a BMW you can get. Unless you get the early TDS with the M50.
I
And
can-
they're proper, not M50, what am I on about? M51, I think, the TDS lump.
I keep telling everyone this, like, or asking them if they've seen the photo of it. Have you seen the E39 with the rocket pods on the back?
The E38.
E38,
The Ukrainian one. E38. Yeah, I've seen
Ukraine.
it. Loads of friends have sent it to me.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's actually firing missiles
Yeah.
off the
Yeah,
back
it's
of the
great.
7 Series.
There's a chimney that they do that with as well.
Fucking hell,
What's
chimney,
it?
mate. That's a
Yeah.
mockery. At least a 7. That's like, that's a worthy way
Oh,
to
it's
go
great.
out, right? But
Like, what do you think was going through their head when they thought, right, what are we going to put rocket pods on?
they were probably, they were probably thinking TikTok. They were
Yeah,
probably
I don't think they
probably.
were considering TikTok.
Funny.
whatsoever.
Funny. Also, like, how do you make light of arguably the worst scenario your life could potentially end up in?
Put
Yeah.
rocket pods on a fun car.
Just let's fucking do something stupid and get some laughs out of the internet.
What would be the best car to put rocket pods on?
To be honest, an E38 is pretty up there.
Imagine
with-
like a Fiat Multipla with like.
Oh
like
yeah,
a
like the
mounted
original,
gun on it.
the Gen 1 Fiat Multiple would be pretty good.
You seen the Italian dude who cut up an E46 and put a Multipla chassis on it?
What?
Not chassis, the
Oh.
body of a Multipla on an E46 chassis. And he does rings in it. That's for sale if you want it.
Yeah,
No.
I'm good.
Don't
thanks.
do it.
No.
It's boring, but
Green
yeah.
chameleon tint is a
So
choice, isn't it?
it drove like the.
It's an E46 underneath, rear-wheel drive, and yeah, he's skinning it about, he's spanking it like Italian takeovers.
But it's
That
a
is pretty
multiple.
It's a
cool.
That's really good.
multiple body on it.
Have they
yeah.
got the same wheelbase then? They must do.
Dude, if you believe hard enough,
Spacers.
if you believe hard enough, you
Spaces
can
does
make
not
any-
change
Well
the
done.
wheelbase. That's not how
on
that
that
works.
5 Series I bought, my wheel fell off it because I stacked 2 spaces on top of each other in the pursuit of stance. In the pursuit of fitment and stance.
And
Yeah,
it
fell
failed.
off. It fell off on the one-way system in Sutton
Oh, that's
at like
not good.
midnight, and then I had to employ some of the people that immigrated in the early 2000s. A bunch of Romanians came and helped me lift the car up, so I could get a jack underneath it
Oh,
to
wow.
jack it up to hopefully put the wheel back on, and it fitted. But
And it not like
I
sheared
snapped.
everything.
I
It
thought you
sheared,
sheared the hub off or
it sheared
something.
3 of the bolts, so I drove home on 3 bolts. No, on 2 bolts because it's a 5-star. Yeah, so it's 2 bolts in, sheared. Then I had to employ my mate to retap the thread, get the nuts out and bolts and shit. I'm not very mechanical. Hence why I thought 2 spaces on top of each other were a good idea.
Yeah, two spaces is a
My
great choice.
my friend Harry, me and him were swapping the engine in my Volvo, and we'd fixed it. And I went abroad for a while, like a month, and he messaged me when I left. He was like, "Remember, you need to put all the wheel studs back in the front wheels." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." Came back a month later, turned the key, started my Volvo. I was like, "Right, I'll take it on a test drive." I'm driving down the road, and all I can hear is.
Yeah.
I was like, "What the hell's that?" Pull over, look at the front wheels. Both front wheels only had 2 wheel studs in, and they were
no.
loose.
Yeah.
Dude, the Volvo didn't let you down though. It didn't
No,
let you down.
it didn't.
Volvo's strong, man. Volvo's strong like ox. Speaking of Volvo, I've been meaning to ask you, I think we spoke about this off camera a little bit, but I want to know more about your Volvo. Is
Right.
that car a bit? Because I couldn't
Is this the hearse?
I couldn't ever picture myself, like I pick my cars based off of whether or not I feel sexy and masculine and like nice in them. Like I want a nice car.
Yeah.
A fucking Volvo hearse is the opposite, and you drive that thing every day. And like, what? Tell me more about it.
This is a Volvo hearse with flames on it.
Well, yeah, I can give you a pretty good reason why I drive
Go
that
on.
car. So, I
nice.
first started driving Volvos maybe 4 years ago, and I remember thinking to myself, this is the best and most practical car
Yeah.
a man can possibly buy. You can't kill them, they are just mint.
Yeah.
And then I found out you could get hearses, which not only is it my favourite car, it's the biggest of my favourite cars. So that's why I wanted a hearse, because it's the most practical Volvo 740/940
I
that you
see.
can get.
But the size of it, what draws you to the size? Is it like a practicality aspect?
Practicality,
Chucks you
yeah,
in
it's
the
just
back?
big. I use it for tip runs. I use it as a camper. I use it all sorts. And I'm a big man.
Oh
you know.
my shitting god! It's a DB5.
That's good, that, innit? That's good, that.
Wow.
Where was that hiding?
That must have been in calf. That's what? How
No,
many
surely
million? That's,
It
no.
pulled in before.
It gave us a thumbs up.
that's
And he's-
above $1 million, isn't it?
Yeah.
DB5, 100%, right?
No, we spoke about this. People are dying who want them. They're
Yeah,
fucking.
but well,
they're dying.
DB6s are still $500,000.
Dude, E-types. Give it 2
Yeah.
decades. E-types will be 25
Yeah,
grand.
yeah.
They'd be cheap
You can
enough
get
to
shitty
like.
types for
Thing
that,
is, with like 1950s, 1960s, like it's a dying era of cars because no one's nostalgic to it anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone was nostalgic, will be dead.
It's like
No.
every car from the
That's why
1910s is
yeah.
like £15.
Yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
wants them.
80s and 90s right now, they're the ones
Yeah.
shooting up because people are
yeah.
nostalgic of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can literally buy like pre-war cars for nothing, like
Yeah.
a few grand.
I'd love a pre.
Because nobody
they're
wants
like
them.
a chain
useless.
driven.
Yeah,
thing.
they are
It's
shit.
useless. It's
They're
shit.
awful.
Like
Brakes that are operated with belts. and
Have,
then,
you,
like,
have
like-
any of you driven a Ford Model T?
No, Scotty, funny enough, no, we haven't.
I've driven a Model T.
They're awful, right? Like they've got 2 forward gears and you change gear with a pedal on the floor. It's either up or down.
It's gonna be a GT86. Ooh, that is lovely. That is lovely. Fucking hell, man. What's he got playing at? He's gonna get.
I found out the other day the world record for the longest distance driven in reverse. Right?
Ah, go on.
And they drove all the way across America and then reversed all the way back without stopping. Now, what I found out was the record was done in the 1930s. And I was like, well, that makes sense, because they can reverse as fast as they can go forward.
God.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
A 356 and a G-body.
Nice.
Safari. That's so
Homemade
nice.
safari thing. That's very cool.
That is
very,
really
very
cool.
Actually, yeah.
That's when Charlie's really got to earn his money, when he's got to pick which car to focus on. We've yet to have 2 crazy spots going the other way, like Lambo that way, Ferrari that way.
Anything's possible. But define crazy, because to me, crazy would be like 2 yellow Dukes crossing paths.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah, fuckery. That would be.
I want that to happen. I really want that to happen.
That would be like the top jump, but we just end the podcast. That's it. WAYMOE will retire if that happens.
I'd start screaming if that happened.
I'm telling you, 0.14% chance of seeing
We've
one.
still not seen a yellow Duke on this
haven't.
podcast.
It's the curse, isn't it? It's one of them ones where it
If
haunts
you're
me when
looking
it's
for
not
it.
funny. When it will be funny, it's not going to appear. It's not going to appear.
It comes to you like when you least expect it.
Although I needed to film one the other day. I'm not joking. I stepped out my flat and one was coming down the road. I just needed a video of one as B-roll for a video.
Do you get scared of them?
No, it's look. That's what they want you to do. Right? They want you to be scared.
Subconsciously, you're scared of it.
I don't negotiate.
You're like, I'm trying not to be scared.
I don't negotiate with.
Maybe you're visibly trying not to be scared so that the Duke knows that
Exactly.
you're fooling the Duke.
Duke is such a weird name for a car.
Duke, yeah,
as well.
with a J as well.
Yeah, it just sounds like you're saying Duke wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the fucking Nissan Nuke, mate. The way it wipes out people's
Nuke.
desires to live. Honestly, absolutely miserable thing. They're lovely.
Yeah, they're really nice. I prefer the shooting brake ones though, with the
CL.
Yeah.
Ooh, CLS.
I was talking to Cav from Shana Gloss about those Golfs. He reckons they make them deliberately kind of underwhelming in the looks department, so people want to fiddle with them and put splitters on them and stuff.
No, I think that's a byproduct of what they do. I think that they just have a very reserved design language on the basis that it's a no-nonsense car, right?
Yeah, I guess.
That anyone can buy it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Nothing no nonsense about that.
Scotty, mate, I'd love to see one of them. Oh, mate,
wow. Yes. Yellow as well.
That's a prime example of, how I said yesterday, people just put stuff on for the sake of putting stuff on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just the side.
If it didn't have that would be like a retro cool car.
Yeah.
But
you know what it is? It's boredom. It's boredom.
Driven through
Halfords.
Halfords.
To do. Let me go Halfords.
It's boredom and lack of. I don't want to say imagination, but lack of ability.
Yeah.
Because
that's worse
if
than
you're
imagination.
because if you're able to tinker with your car, you do something productive with it. Like I don't know, coilovers, wheels, tinker with the engine, all the fun shit.
Yeah.
Like, the moment you start putting stickers on it, and that's your only basis for modifying your car, there's a whole subgenre of the car world, of the modified car, of the scene you could call it, which is just morons who just don't really know what they're doing, and they don't do anything at all.
The modern Mercedes, where someone's bought plastic side vents that they stick on the bonnet, and then too many stripes that don't finish the length of the car, so they finish halfway, and then stripes on the top, and then it's great.
Sound like you're speaking from experience.
I see them everywhere. I've not done it myself. Can't say I have.
London's full of it, man. It's
London's
enough
really
it's
good
all
for
uncles who just been living that life since the 80s, and that's what you could do back then. So they still do it now.
They're always the ones with the stickers on the back,
Oi.
about driving too close to them.
Oh, that
look at that.
39 is gorgeous.
Look at A39. Hey!
Lovely.
Hey!
That's so nice. 530. Yeah.
You
I'd
love
take a diesel one of those.
Nah, miserable engine, mate.
Are they not good?
No, the M57 is a great engine. It's just realistically that people buy a diesel to save money on fuel.
Yeah.
But then they forget that most diesel engines from the 90s, 2000s do just break anyway.
Yeah,
so by all your money, all the money you've saved on fuel, you'll spend on injectors, turbos, and everything in between. It's just...
So what you're saying, get the petrol one and you've got more money for stickers to put all over your car.
Exactly, and you can actually enjoy it. You can rev it out properly.
Yeah, petrols do sound better.
Nice.
They sound way better.
Yeah.
Less black smoke as well.
That was my takeaway. And they don't stink. That's another thing, man. If
they
you've
do
got a
smell.
530D, your car stinks.
See,
they're brilliant.
That's something that you probably don't
Cool
know about me.
interior on those.
The only reason that I would want to drive a diesel is if I can run it for free. If you can't run it for free, I think it's pointless. Just drive a petrol.
Scotty the oil man.
Like,
Yeah.
that's why I like them.
Have you ever got like police or the tax man at your door because of the oil stuff?
No.
They don't give a shit.
Do
They don't care.
Do they really not care?
No, they don't care. If you're doing it commercially, then yeah, but
Okay.
I don't do it commercially.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
We can go get a burger, Phil.
We got. You want to head off, don't you?
I'll get a burger, you feel.
Yeah, sure.
We can have a beer. Burger and a beer. This will be my 6th day in a row having a beer, and I'm not. Like, I enjoy the memes, I enjoy all that, but I do my best to be healthy. I don't actually want to be that guy who drinks alcohol.
I don't drink as much as you would think I do.
Goes back to what I was saying about the Volvo. Is it a bit?
What do you mean, is it a bit?
No, that's
Scotty
just his car.
Fairno unearthed. Getting.
What, do you think I've got like a brand new like 72 plate car like hidden around the corner?
You drive a cash car.
No,
He pulled up in a Ford Cougar.
What a lot of people say when they come up to Northumberland and they, I show them around and stuff, they go, holy fuck, like this is actually you.
Yeah.
And, like those are my cars, and those are the cars that I drive every day. Like that's just, mate, I live in a caravan. Like what can I say?
Fucking hell. Look at the grill in his face.
Yeah, I'm proud.
Yeah, the back
Yeah, I'm
of
proud
that
of
hers
it.
is just a pile of clothes and a 12-pack of Red Bull. Like,
Shout out Scotty Fairno, man.
Yeah,
He knows what he's doing. Yeah, it's I mean, yeah, I couldn't personally live my way that way, live my life that way. Sorry, but I'm glad
you're
you
telling
do.
me you couldn't drive around in a BMW hearse with the flames on the front of it?
No, I couldn't do that. That would leave me way too
Ooh.
uncomfortable.
Yes, they sound so nice.
Lovely.
We're not a speed camera. We're not a speed. Yes.
Go on, son. Give us
Oh,
some.
hello.
Oh, nice.
That's
Civic.
so nice.
Meow.
They got a nice note to them.
Look at that
don't they?
plate on there. You see that?
E7
Full
Rex.
recess taken up by the Golf
full
R.
the-
Fuck yeah, man. That's some
That's like
Rover
the old-
75 shit.
What was the
That's
the
excellent.
Rovers that
Yeah,
did it? Yeah.
Yeah. Huge fan of that.
Silly.
Yeah,
It's not often you see plates like that.
No, mate. You have to be a very special connoisseur to have a big plate like that. I got a full-size recess one in my 7. It's maybe that much bigger than a standard one, but that's the way it would have come
it's
in
the
the
dog's
posh
bollocks.
dealerships back in the day. And if you know, you know.
Right. I don't want to end this episode because I'm having a whale of a time. But we're running out of battery life on the camera, unfortunately. So, thank you both for coming. It's been
Thanks
an
for
absolute
having
pleasure.
Quite
us.
all right. Thanks
Yeah,
for having us.
Natter.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
was good fun.
Yeah.
Again, some
Anything
fun.
you two want to plug?
I don't know. Watch my videos, I guess. Here's jacket.
Wear the Raymonds.
I've got one of these. It's amazing. It's a really, really nice jacket.
I'm
Yeah.
jealous. He said he said I could have one, but then he got told off for giving away too many jackets. So I didn't get one.
I was going to wear mine today, but I knew he'd be here, so we could have both been wearing the same jacket. That'd have been.
He had a spare one in his car. We could have all three of them could have worn it.
There
all
you go.
3 1.
Would have looked
It's
like
a
right.
lovely jacket. It really is.
Thank you
I
very
enjoy
much.
it.
Yeah, thank you both for coming on, and thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of the YouTubey things. We'll let this fella rip by. Goodbye, everyone.
Nice.